Say so right now until the truth comes out. I gave you everything, and I gave you everything. Say so right now, left alone, cried out. I gave you everything, and I gave you everything. I don't understand what they want from me. They take my hands, washing them in dirty water. Try to find what's right in a distant place, so far away. The silence fills my heart with empty space. But now I'm sure of where I'll go from here. And tensions rise, they push me to divert my vision. But I will break the ceiling and the walls that kept me in for all this time, and all the reasons that I cannot find. They'll wait for me to fall under that pressure. They'll wait for me to give it up. Well, I will not work against the forces I trust. Have to stay above the rushing water. Do my best to keep myself composed. It takes a lot not to overload. They can't tell me what is right for me. I just need peace of mind and my ability. But no one said that it would be this hard. You can't force it, but you'll play your part. So I will run until I reach the end, and who knows where I'll be. But all I know is that we'll start again. They'll wait for me to fall under that pressure. They'll wait for me to give it up. Well,
shots into Tokyo, and Tokyo needs to. I don't think he knows the dangerous situation he is in, but he perhaps is able to spoil that. to sense it. Oh my god! The Kobe Biao got ammo wrecked! Uh-oh, I think he is in deep trouble. Can't pull back, because if he pulls back, the ice ball will be ready to... Good evening, everyone. We are now on to the second day of Proof of Skill Tournament, fourth of that, and let's take a look at the Proof of Skill Tournament format. You have been known already. Just pause the stream if you want to know more about this, but I assume that you know what's going on. We're currently on the second day, and here are the number of cups each clan can earn. And the timeline, as you can see, the last Proof of Skill Tournament, and tomorrow will be the last day of the last Proof of Skill Tournament, and then we'll begin the Professionals Tournament. That will be held from the 30th all the way to the 10th of October. And my top 8 guests after the second Proof of Skill Tournament. That being said, Vale should be safely through the top 8, and it will be between APA and A1M1, and we will follow them tomorrow. Tonight, however, we will follow Group 1, and we'll follow the top 16 actually. And tonight we'll decide which team will get top 16 and which team will not. And this is the group we're following: Group 1, second team of Red T against Chai Raiders. And the winner of that will face BPS, and whether Chai Raiders can advance to the next day will be very crucial, because if they can, and if TTT cannot, then Chai Raiders will overtake TTT no matter what position Chai Raiders finish tonight. Group 2, we have Astra, Rap 3, Hate and Endgame. It's quite a messy group, but I do think Rap 3 should be able to qualify. And then we have Cash in Group 3, ASP, Devo and APA. Also a great opportunity for ASP to qualify tonight. However, Devo and Cash won't be easy opponents, so there is still a chance that ASP will not qualify. And if they don't qualify, there is a chance that if Chai Raiders qualify, then ASP could get could be knocked out. And in Group 4 we have DBE, which did really well yesterday. Vale's first team, A1M1's first team with Tesios. And A1M1 has to qualify tonight, and I don't think that will be a big problem for them. They're currently sitting in the 9th position, but finishing the first place would be very crucial for them. Group 5 we have Immortals, which is their usual first team, Red T's first team, and this first team. And should be kind of I mean, it's probably going to be Immortals and Red T, but this can also make upsets here. Going to Group 6, we have Vale second team, A1M1 second team, HSOP and Loka. And if HSOP wants to get into top 16, there is still a chance. They have to qualify for tomorrow, but it will be difficult. They have to do really well on the next day too. But HSOP beat Raid yesterday 2-1. So I think HSOP could potentially pull through and qualify to the grand final, and we are seeing qualify to tomorrow's games. We are also seeing Group 7 with Rackham, Sparta, Jones, and Vale number 2. I think it will be between Rackham and Sparta qualifying for the next day. Not that it's going to matter a lot here, but it will put them into another position that might favour their seeding in the challenge Challengers Tournament. We never know. Group 8 we have TTT, Phoenix, Raid and TAT. It will be a tough group for TTT because Phoenix is also in the top 16, but Phoenix has been on a terrible form, so there is a good chance TTT is on a good run. I do think there is a good chance that TTT will qualify, but they cannot underestimate the ability of Phoenix. You never know, if Phoenix would knock out TTT, let's hope that TTT would go through. I think they are quite a strong team, and I believe they can do it. Right, so we still have around 10 minutes remaining, so let's actually go through all the results yesterday. Hello, how are you doing? We can go through one by one. Group 1, we had BPS and TTT kind of dominating this group, but TTT had a bit of a rocky ride. They went close to BPS, which is commendable, but they almost lost to IO, so they have to be really careful about their matches against Phoenix, especially the second match potentially against Phoenix. If they can beat Phoenix in the second time, then that good job to in the second time. Potentially, if they couldn't beat Ray, there's a good chance it will be TTT and Phoenix in the lower bracket final. They have to beat Phoenix in the lower bracket final. That is the most important. That doesn't matter if you cannot beat Phoenix in the first time. For the first time, second time will determine whether they will go through to the challenges. Group 2, we have Vale's first team, and then A1N1 second team also dominated this group 2, so it was just between these two clans pretty much. And next we have group 3. Yesterday we have group 3. Quake got knocked out by DBE, and DBE actually won against Phoenix, so DBE is actually a clan to be careful to watch out for. But they beat Phoenix, so this is also a danger sign for Phoenix tonight. If they cannot beat TTT, well, it doesn't really matter, but there is still a slight chance that they might not qualify to the challenges. But we will see about the few other teams below. Group 4, we have ASP, Astra, NXG, and NW2, and this is probably the most kind of the group that is kind of equally drawn, probably the most equal skilled group here. ASP beating Astra 2-1, so it was kind of close, so there is also a good chance ASP could get knocked out. So and then below we have group 5 with Immortals first team and Sparta dominating this group pretty much, but Sparta isn't able to break Immortals. And group 6, we have Raid and HSOP being quite closely matched. Raid and HSOP tied 3-3 if we talk about the matches. So Raid, I do think they are saving the top 8, but just to make sure, they should qualify for tomorrow. They need to qualify for tomorrow in order to be super safe. And then we have group 7 going with CHRD and Veil the number 2 through. CHRD was a little bit like shaky, but they dispatched Veil number 2, and they were very close with TR and MT. So Red T second team would not be an easy opponent for them. Let's see how they would fare. Group 8, we have Rackham and Veil second team through, pretty much dominating this group 2. And congratulations to Veil second team as well. I mean, that was great performance against Rackham. So Sparta, great chance to overcome Rackham tonight. Group 9, we have Endgame and DIS. This and we know that Endgame did pretty well. 2-0 against this first team 2 times. Unfortunately, this two teams of this were allocated in the same group, so that was quite unfortunate. But Group 10, we have A1N1's first team losing to Red 3 for the first time. So we are seeing A1N1 kind of losing their stamina towards the later season, especially loss to TTT 1-3 2 days ago. Or is it 3 days ago? 3 days ago, isn't it? Yes, 3 days. 3 days ago. So they do not want to have another upset like that tonight. Although it doesn't matter, they finished first in that group anyway. But losing against Red 3 is kind of a danger sign. And then Group 11, we have Red T's first team going through, and TAT also through. And then Group 12, Cash and Tessie also through, but Cash pretty much dominated this group. So will we see Cash knocking out ASP tonight? We'll find out soon. With Group 13, Loka and Red T second team pretty much dominated this group too. And Group 14, we have APA and Hate also dominated this group, and APA beat Hate twice. And I do think APA has a great chance of securing top 8. They are looking better now. They're looking better and better. You can only speculate that APA is going to get even better tonight. Jones And Demo put up a fight actually. In the end, they went close to Jones, but they can't quite go past them. So there is also a good chance for Demo to qualify tonight. You can make a case for a lot of these clans tonight. They can do really well. And we are looking at the leaderboard. So far, the top 8 is Loka, BPS Jones, Immortals Veil, Endgame Raid, APA. And if you're talking about top 16, it will be between pretty much tonight ASP, Rep 3, TTT, and Chai Raiders. I do think that the clans above them are safe, but you can't be sure. They are not mathematically confirmed yet, but it looks strong. It looks kind of secure for these clans. And we're going in Retty versus Chai Raiders. And here we are, Chai Raiders. On Oasis Pub is a map that favors a lot of well, it's quite an open map, so you're thinking of a lot of mediums or lights or more mobile heavy tanks. So the likes of IS-7 and M60s would be favored. Going for Retty, they're still showing up at the moment. The Chai Raiders are here now, going with a pattern which is kind of exclusive for the EU server. I didn't see that a lot on the Asia server though. But pattern is favorable for its turret armor. It's pretty much, the armor is pretty good as a medium tank. Now that it's buffed as well. I think it has been buffed a couple of times, so it's now quite a decent tank. And I do fancy the chances for the pattern to do well here, especially when Dune's going to help a lot in terms of hold down. The M60Os, once again, mobile heavies, good clip there. And then the IS-7 also would be good for hold down, and potentially also the armor has been buffed a lot now. It's like 260, not 260. It's like the Object 252U on in tier 8, and we're seeing IS will be coming deprecated, but we're still seeing some IS force being taken here, here and there. Like it's still a tank that some clans would still go for because still the armor is still good. It's the armor didn't get nerfed. The headphones got nerfed though, so we're seeing Chai Raiders with one of them taking the bounce now. Retty, quadruple M60Os, a Vickers Light, and an IS-4. The top fees is spectating at the moment. We are going to be seeing the 7th player joining soon for the Retty. Probably would not be top fees. Oh, he's going to play. We'll be playing the Vickers Light potentially. Yes, here we go. This team, I believe, is PB. Originally, PB and Retty are separated, and they combined for this season, and that's also explaining why they have 2 teams to send in all 4 previous guild tournaments. And I think the second team never has a previous guild tournament where they have done better than the first team. Most of the clans here, their first team are doing better than the second team, except for Veil in this season. But it's kind of a very interesting. It's not interesting reason. It's kind of a very unfortunate reason why the second team was doing better than first. Pretty much because of some extenuating circumstances, some special circumstances which allowed the first team to not to do worse than the second team on the second previous guild tournament. I think one of them had a medical emergency, and some others couldn't quite show up. So they were very unfortunate. But it wasn't the case that they did poorly. It was pretty much that they had some issues at that time. So that's why their second team earned more cups than the first team for the second previous guild tournaments. But now we're going into Oasis Palms with quadruple M60Os, septuple M60Os across the board. Quadruple M60Os for Retty's second team. Let's see if we have the right. We don't have the right order. Well, we're going to switch a little bit. So Chai Raiders should be on the left with Red T second team on the right, and we'll head up high. It will fix by itself very soon. Chai Raiders red team going to the AB area. Red T also going to that area as well. And we're seeing the Alpaca with that IS-7 looking to get into aggressive position to spot. No, usually what a lot of teams do is they go to this position as Alpaca is going to go very soon to get spots for the other team to push onto A. But it seems Chai Raiders is taking some hits with Coke Loves No already taking some hits, but Red Team might get pushed here, and Grotz is actually very far back, not sure why, but actually not hitting a lot of shots, so it needs to relocate to have better shots and better chances of penetrating the armor. And already Chai Raiders have taken out Toffees, and it's a good start for Chai Raiders at the moment. With Black Dragon taking some more hits, Flames also quite low. Alpaca is going to be the focus for Red T, and Chai Raiders really punching a hole. In Red T's defense, Yanomat is going to go down very soon to Chai Raiders, and it's now going to be a 7 versus 5. It looks really good for Chai Raiders at the moment with Kukulov Snow trying to get out of this quagmire. And Voiter will be the next tank down, gonna hex me. It's gonna put a great shot into Kukulov Snow, and will be taken out here, and it's going to be 6 versus 3. Kratos still alive, and will be taken out by Jordan. We've missed that 1 versus 1 fight of the M48, and the Vickers Light and Veiled Growl will be your next tank. Great ram by Black Dragon, more than 100 damage done, and that leaves Grotz the last person standing. And I don't know why that tank stayed at far back. Pretty much did not hit a push there, so it was quite a questionable move from Red T here. And Chai Raiders with that push was a decisive push, and that decisiveness won them the game. And Red T pretty much maybe also they need to improve on the focus fire as well. As you saw, Chai Raiders pretty much share the hit points quite equally, and this is actually top 16 performance for Chai Raiders. It looks really good for me, and I do think that if they can perform like this tonight, they should be able to qualify and knock Red T's second team out. And here we go. Chai Raiders 1-0 to Red T here. And we're going into the second match. We see changes now. Jordan in the M48 was doing very well, so I do think that Jordan will keep on taking this tank, and it is going to be the case. And Red T, the Vickers Light, falls short when it comes to 1 versus 1 against the M48, because really the armor is very important here. But they are going to commit with that Vickers Light still. Meanwhile, we're seeing Red T going with double Wagons by Toffees and Yanomets, triple M60 by Gonhatsby, Grot, and Voiter, Kratos, Vickers Light, and Veiled Growl, and the IS4 Chai Raiders triple M60s, and M48, no, quadruple M60s, a mouse, and an IS7, which worked for them really well last match with a decisive push at the start. Can they replicate that in this one? And the winner of this will face BPS. Will it be Chai Raiders or will it be Red T second team? We'll find out soon in 10 seconds. YYU is on the subs bench. Martin and Mike is on the spectating this match. We're going in. Second match on Oasis Palms. Let's go. Okay, let's head up. Let's go up high now. Okay, Chai Raiders red team on north spawn. This time we'll also be going for A, but this time M48 is similarly going with the rest of the tanks near AB, and this time red team will be going for the other side, going for C, the desert side. Oh, already we're seeing Jordan spotting up 2 tanks, took a hit here, but it's some crucial information for Chai Raiders. But C will be captured by Red T. Oh, Vale was playing. Oh dear, we're playing with 5. No, if you were talking about the second previous skill tournament, yes, they were playing with 5. If I were to have that information, it was very unfortunate. So Yanomac took a hit there. Probably Red T's going to defend the cap lead. Look at how down near B, and now A. Would also be captured by Chai Raiders. Now it's going to be Chai Raiders. That needs to make a rotation. They don't have the hit point advantage, so they need to chip away hit points of Red T's second team nicely. As we can see, Chai Raiders, very interesting positions really. I mean, Neil Parker has to be really careful. That position can be quite exposed, and if he's not careful enough, can get shot by Red T's tank. Pretty much sitting deep near C, and the double crown Vargans held down to pretty much reset B and put shots and kind of get information for Red T pretty much. And they have dropped even more hit points, so they have to be extremely careful now. They have to find a way to rotate, but this is looking really hard at the moment. But if I were Chai Raiders, probably would go for the Crown Vargans. The Crown Vargans are too far away from the rest of the Red T's tanks. Not the problem with Crown Vargans though. Crown Vargans, they took this position with a good reason, but I would say the tanks at the far back should take a closer position to where the Crown Vargans are, so that when the Crown Vargans get rushed, they are able to support them quickly enough. A great shot by Black Dragon onto Yanomat, but already Chai Raiders drop even more hit points. And we know that it will be 5 cap points per 2 seconds of increase. Yeah. And if we do the maths here, so that's going to be 400 more cap points to go. 80 seconds times 2, 160 seconds to go. So for Chai Raiders, they have less than 3 minutes. That's a lot of time to figure out where to rotate. And the triple weight hit points of Red T. So they just need to get information. Black Dragon, not sure if the mouse is going to get enough information, but I would say Chai Raiders, they still have some time, but time will be running out soon. As we are going to approach 700 cap points and very quickly 800 cap points, where the music will be playing and you will see most of the action going on. But Chai Raiders dropping even more hit points, and Red T's leading even more hit points at the moment, more than 2,000 hit points now. This is going to be really hard for Chai Raiders to make a move. I mean, look at Newer Parker, already took a big hit. And as I say, the position he took earlier is very dangerous. I got punished for that pretty much, and I'm not sure if Chai Raiders has enough bargaining power to push now that they're under 2,000 hit points of difference. But absolutely, they can try and go for B and cap it and put pressure on Red T, but it will come with a big cost. And now I've approached 800 cap points. Chai Raiders need to make a move now, because it's going to be around 1 minute left to go, where they need to make a move now. But Red T definitely, B would be the main focus for Red T. So if I were Chai Raiders, I would not go for this first. Go for the tanks first. That's what I would recommend. But the hesitation from Chai Raiders definitely is not helping them at all. They seem really clueless into figuring out how to approach this. They are still holding. I mean, we're going to approach 900 cap points soon, and that's just only around 20 seconds to go. 20 seconds, and they need a cap, and they need a kill. And I think one kill will be able to flip the entire game to their favor. They will need to figure out which one to kill, but for some reason they went for B, which is really strange. Really strange. But Yanomat took a big hit. They need to survive though. Chai so far conserving the hit points well. Toffee's going in, but B will be temporarily cap stop. But Yanomat is killed. That can be big. Chai Raiders with that kill could be enough, but if Takagi is killed, that would mean Retty would get this win. Wow, what a win that was for Retty, second team. Oh dear, Chai Raiders. I do understand that you want to make a move at a very, very late time, especially when the Crown Bargains are so far ahead of the rest of the team for Retty, but absolutely not the best idea to go for B at this stage. Like, you were trying to push at the very last second. Obviously, you want to win it by kills. You want to win it by kills and hope that Retty will kill you quickly enough. And I think that was some kind of misprediction here. And as I said, always on my stream, don't go for the caps first when you're trying to rotate, because this is usually where most of the attention is on for the other team, for the defending team. So, Chai Raiders, I like that you try and push at a very late time, but if you're doing that, go for kills, not the cap, because the kills, the kills, once again, plus 40 cap points for your team, for the attacking, for the team that is under the that is doing the rotation, and minus 40. I mean, let me put it in better words. Plus 40 cap points for the team that kills a tank, and minus 40 cap points for the team that loses a tank. So that means 80 cap points of difference suddenly you're making. So, as I always say, the golden gap is within the 80 cap points. So that means only one kill would be enough to flip the disadvantage into an advantage. And absolutely, Chai Raiders, if they were trying to go for a move at 900 cap points or beyond, the only way that you could win would be to get a kill, and get a quick win would be to get a kill, or even 2 kills, and hope that you don't lose a tank. And they almost did it. But at 995 cap points, they lost a tank. So, so it was very unfortunate, but they almost got it. So, here we go, 1-1 to both teams, and we are now on to Normandy. It's going to be extremely close. Hello, everyone. Hello to Capso, hello to Ty, hello to Net. Normandy, it's really, the last game was very close. Oh, and this time, both teams have very similar hit points. But both teams are very closely matched too, so we are in for some exciting top 16 battle tonight. Well, let's follow Chai Raiders with Jordan going in the biggest light. I would say they will be looking for D, isn't it? Yes, we'll be looking to capture D. C will be captured by Retty. And this is looking good for Chai Raiders at the moment. This time they have the cap lead, I believe. Nope, they are capping the bases at the same time. I believe Retty got slightly sooner. So it will actually once again be Chai Raiders that needs to make a move, I think. But this time it's going to be a lot slower, because 3 cap points of increase per 2 seconds. So once again, doing the maths. We always love to do maths, right? So I mean, let me just get my calculator out. At this point, we are talking about 650 more cap points to go very soon. Yes, and if we do 3 cap points per second, 216 seconds to go, and 433 seconds if we do it per 2 seconds. So, doing the maths, 7 minutes. You have 7 minutes to spare, and we don't have 7 minutes for you to spare. We look at the timer here, only around 5 minutes and 30 seconds to spare. But Chai Raiders have already made a move to A. This is probably the cap that's that a lot of clans would be going for. If Chai Raiders got A, for some reason, Voids are unable to put 2 of his shells into the capturing tanks of Chai Raiders, meaning now Retty needs to make a move at a later time. But still only 6 cap points per increase to the Chai Raiders. So Retty has a lot of time to chip away the hit points of Chai Raiders. Chip away the hit points of Chai Raiders, and so far Chai Raiders preserve their hit points better. There's now Chai Raiders that needs to stay safe and not drop too many hit points. Retty, they need to get the temple well. Seems the viewer is a bit impatient. But Chai Raiders, they don't need to make a move. They can just park the bus. And Retzi can't park the bus, obviously, but they haven't really found a target to put shots in. Oh, Takagi has taken a hit already. It seems. Oh, Grotz, unable to put a shell into Takagi, actually receive a shell in return, meaning, once again, Retzi on the hit point put disadvantage. And this is going to go really down at the moment. As we can do the maps again, 300 more cap points to go. So 6 cap points per 2 seconds. If you do the maths, 50 seconds, no, 100 seconds to go for Retzi. 100 seconds to go, more than a minute, or maybe they'll go for A. But Will Jordan has the resets here. A great shot onto that tank, but would it be enough? Jordan is spotted and took a hit actually, and Retzi got A back, so that means Retzi will get the cap probably sooner or later. But B could be captured by Chai Raiders, and Retzi might not have resets on that. Now, for some reason, Retzi kind of lost back control. Rotated most of the tanks to A, they line up for a push, or they just stay there because they are now covering only around like 33% of the map, and C will be under Chai Raiders soon. If Retzi doesn't make a move now, this will go to Chai Raiders, and now they're going to make a move. They have to make it. They have to make a decisive move here. And with Takagi might be receiving the brunt of the push here. Chai Raiders needs to hold on desperately, but Toffee's just ramming into Kratos, kind of ushering Kratos to go in now. Takagi's now killed, and it's going to be a big mess here with Kratos now dead. Coke loves no. It's going to be the next tank down. It's going to be 5 versus 6 with Jordan also dead. 4 versus 6. There is still a chance for Retzi to win in this one, but they lost Toffees as well. The focus is now on Ayaya, I think. Voita, great shot into Voita. Grot could be killed by Black Dragon. 4 versus 5. This is getting really tense. But Flames is now very low, but Chai Raiders will be winning by caps as they got B and C. And Chai Raiders, I think it was more to do of a misplay from Retzi. I'm not sure why they abandoned C completely and also allowed Chai Raiders to get B. So at one point, Chai Raiders got 9 cap points per 2 seconds of increase, and that gave a lot of pressure for Retzi, and Retzi kind of hesitated when they have like 7 tanks and 1 packet. They should have made a move sooner if they wanted to kind of group themselves in just one tiny little pocket. If you don't make a move soon, then you're allowing Chai Raiders to pincer you, and Retzi was just giving up map control voluntarily, and now Chai Raiders are through, and they will face BPS. But this match is a great match from Chai Raiders this time, really capitalizing on the mistake of Retzi, and they got the bases back. Although they can't get A, it's not the end of the world. I like that Chai Raiders didn't really go for the reset on A. Maybe they know that Retzi diverted all their forces away, so they went for B and C instead, leaving Jordan just keeping them spotted still. Only took 1 hit, but that was a good match from Jordan. Well, that's what she's saying. Why did they wait so long to make a move on B? I don't know if they are making this intentionally, but what I usually think, usually some teams go for the rotation at the very last second. If they know there are tanks that are very far away from the rest of the team, they can't just go for the last 100 cap points, get a kill, and suddenly they will. And if they are within a kill away from flipping, then they will go for that kill and hope that they will survive. We've seen that for in a couple of clans, that they will go for kill and hope that the cap points would be going to be in favor of them soon. And it didn't quite work out for Chai Raiders because they they sent all the tanks to B pretty much and didn't really rush onto the Crown Vargas. I would have gone for that though. And I mean, you would take out 2 Crown Vargans in a very quick amount, in a very short period of time, and that could have given CHRD the stat win. And yes, and now CHRD are through, so it's going to be interesting. But BPS is such a strong team. I think they will have trouble dispatching them though. Caps exactly even. Yeah, we do see that from time to time. It seems that now we're going to be seeing BPS versus CHRD next. So let's look at the results of other matches then. Okay, Group 2. Let's go and see Endgame. Rap 3 are through. Endgame beating Hate 2-0. Rap 3. Rap 3 2-0 against Astra. But that means now it's going to be Endgame versus Rap 3. I'm getting a pain somewhere. Group 3 we have APA and Cash through. APA could get knocked out though, 2-0. They lost to Cash 2-0. And Demo lost to APA 2-0 as well. Next we have Group 4. Group 4, A1N1 and A1N1's first team are through. They beat Tessios 2-1. That was a close one, but Vale, they have beaten DVE 2-0. So well done to Vale and A1N1, but A1N1 they need to pretty much tidy up. It's not going to be an easy one in the next one in the upper bracket final, but they're still not getting. Well, they have won against Tessios, so that's not a big deal. But they have to be really careful now. A lot of stake is at hand. We are seeing Group 5 Immortals already through. What's going to be the result of Reti versus DIS 2-0 for Reti. And then Group 6, Vale's A1N1's second team is through, beating Vale's second team 2-0, and Loka has beaten HSOP 2-0 as well. So it's going to be Vale's second team against HSOP in the lower bracket first round. Next we have Group 7. Group 7 we are seeing Reckham getting knocked out by Sparta here. Jones 2-0 against Vale for the number 2. Sparta 2-0 against Reckham. It's a great job to Sparta. That's an important result for them, but everything is even more important. They have to beat Reckham the second time probably in the lower bracket final, going for Group 8 final group. Phoenix has beaten TTT 2-1. Oh dear, they are in trouble. Raid 2-0 against TAT. But it's not the end of the road for TTT just yet. They still have another chance in the lower bracket final. And that's going to be very important now. Phoenix, if they can beat Raid, then they're through to the grand final. And I mean, and that's going to be Raid against TTT pretty much. And that will be very, very hard. Alright. Okay, so let's see how much time we have left. Only 7 minutes left, so we cannot play a game. We will go in to watch BPS versus Chai Raiders. Looking more at the chat and also somewhere else. Caps are pretty much dominating the chat at the moment. In that second, we will receive a room invite. Well, it's never too late. Actually, if you wait even longer, like 950, a kill will actually win you the game in the end. Like if you stay alive, like 960 cap points, and then a kill goes for you first. Actually, if you actually wait longer, you actually have a higher. If you actually have a higher, you actually have a better chance of winning by kills. But that's a huge gamble to take, I have to say. That's kind of, you know, assuming that you can kill that tank quickly enough. Oh, I was not talking about Normandy. Normandy was another issue. It was pretty much Red T's problem, kind of abandoning B and C. And I don't understand, if they abandon B and C, they should go for a push immediately. Like they stayed there for some time, and they allowed Chai Raiders to pretty much regroup and reposition themselves, and it was close. But Red T, but then it was a lot more pressure for Red T to take. So in the end, Chai Raiders got the advantage in the end. So with the catch as well. So. Let's see about BPS versus Chai Raiders now. BPS, so far they have 5 players here. Slat, also known as CHRD, will be playing the Crown Bargain potentially or not. Angie is here. I will wait until all the players from BPS will show up, and we will change the screen as well. BPS versus Chai Raiders. Chai Raiders. Looking to go with double I7 by Jordan and Alpaca, new Alpaca, Vegas Light by Cook, and Flame probably in the E100. We also have a triple M60 by Pigeon, Might, and also Takagi. Looking at BPS going with quadruple M60s by Angie, General Playmaker, and Foxy. F in the E50M, CHRD maybe in the Crown, and Chak in the FV4202. Which I don't know the previous name of this 4202 player at the moment. Canal is an interesting map. It's very cap oriented, so it could get very dull in the middle of the game, but I would just keep on spamming you with a lot of mathematics as we keep on calculating calculating how many time left. They need to make a push before the other team wins by caps. Check Gramba changing the T1 10 U5 now. Radicoso actually now in, so will he spectate or will he play? Okay, Martin's spectating, so we might see some changes from Chai Raiders team. Radicoso will play in place of Foxy. Radicoso changing into the M60 now. on Char Raiders, waiting for their 7th player to show up. But if that player didn't show up, then Martin or YY Liu could come in. Martin Lair could come in to substitute whoever isn't able to show up. Oh, here we go. We have Black Dragon showing up now, looking to go in 1-3. Oh, IS7 now. So it's going to be interesting. Oh, Jack Rabbit changing into Gorilla 15 now on Canal. North Spawn. Gorilla 15. It's an interesting one. You have the northwestern corner that is very far away from. That is very far away from the rest of the map. And that could mean the Gorilla 15 can hide well with the even with terrible camel. Problem is, if the Gorilla 15 is forced to rotate, then you have a problem because the Gorilla 15 is really low in with the armor is really bad. Which is I mean it's not me being subjective, but it's objectively bad. But BPS would really want to get that cap lead, but they are not on the south spawn, so that means there's a good chance they will get a cap lead there on AB. I do see them going for AB, not the other side, because it would look. Because if they are taking the gorilla, but what are they going to do on the other side? Like trying to go for counter rotation, it would not make a lot of sense to me. But as we are seeing, Chira's blue team on the less advantageous spawn, looking to go for a counter strat, probably on AB with Radicoso. Oh, looking to cross the bridge. Well, not cross the bridge, but to go down to the ditch. Oh well, Liu Parker just going down and diving. Oh dear, taking a lot of hits here. Fuji Splits, hello there, how are you doing? Oh, don't know what happened to your team here, but D could be captured by VPS. And that means Liu Parker is now trapped down there. Down to a one-shot already, a general. No, it's Group Playmaker killing off Liu Parker. And Chariot is offered no help to that I7, which is really strange. And now Pigeon could be the next tank down. The focus is on the Pigeon. Takagi coming in, but they need to hit pump push there. And so, but Takagi not aggressive enough to try and kill off Slato CL third. Great shot there, but Pigeon will be taken out first. And Slato's down to one-shot. Flames Flood coming in, but I think Chariot is just trickling in one by one, and that is not something that you want to do in Clan Wars. You don't want to go in one by one. You want to go in together. And it's now 6 vs 4 with NG now very low. Flames Flood will be killing off NG, but the focus now onto Flames Flood. The BPS looking very strong here. It could go to 2-0. Well, no, not 2-0. It could go to BPS in any time. Black Dragons now down to one shot, will be killed by General. Now General is trying to, ooh, might be going down, trying to put a shot while diving downwards, but unable to do so. But kills off Flames Flood with the second shell, and that leaves 5 versus 2 now. Cook is going to be very low. And Playmaker, great shot into Takagi. Second shell in, and one more shell, it will be a kill for BPS again, but Takagi manages to kill off Playmaker before he's killed. But that's going to be a consolation prize for Chai Raiders. Chai Raiders, that was a bit of an off start here. Pretty much the IS7 went down to the went down there, and I mean a lot of the tanks of Chai Raiders are pretty close to where Liu Parker is, but offered no help to that tank. When Liu Parker is dead. They only started to make a move to try to shut down BPS forces trying to rush, but they were very hesitant. They weren't communicating effectively there, and it looks like Chariot is rushing in one by one, and BPS didn't have a lot of difficulty in shutting them down one by one. And the focus fire was just brilliant from BPS. Now BPS is taking double Gorilla 15, which is going to be an even riskier choice. And CHRD, they need to do better. They need to communicate better. That's all they need to do in this one. They need to improve on that. VPS looking to get an unusual win with the usage of double gorillas. We will see how it's going to work out. But this is going to be interesting, and on the less advantageous side, as I always say, the less advantageous side, because see, you can try and cap through the left side or the right side of the circle, but you can get reset on both. Even more so the right side, because it's a bit more to the open. The left side, you have the building in front to shield, but then you have, if you play Canal a lot of times, and you know which positions you should take to reset the tank, capping on the left side of C from the south side. So it favors a little bit more now for strategy, going for counter cap strat, where you stop the north spawn from getting A and B. So this is kind of the strategy we're seeing more from the south spawn, BPS and CHRD. No Object 3. Object 3 is not playing, so there we go. Double gorillas for Jack Grammar and Object 3 Slatos Kran. Double M60 by General and Playmaker F in the Object 907 and Radicoso in the T110E5, with CHRD going with quintuple M60s, a VK 19.01p and a Vicus Lights, and let's see if the M60 is going to communicate effectively. It's going to require a lot of that. The M60s, Clippers, DPM not really high, but the burst damage can be very good. Ooh, big shot into Takagi by a gorilla there. And they're trying to cap B, trying to get cap lead here. But already the M60s of Pigeon and Takagi took a big hit, meaning CHRD lost the hit point pool lead now. Jack Grammar also put a great shot into Takagi's Slatos, just another great shot to Pigeon. So looking at the M60s here, they already took a big hit trying to get into position. And it seems BPS with Radicoso looking to put shots into the tanks still near B, and CHRD, oh dear, they are in exposed positions. They are now taking fire from literally everywhere from BPS, and this is looking very bad for CHRD at the moment. And Black Dragon's now down to a 2-shot. Flamesplit trying to go down, but New Parker is getting isolated because Flamesplit and Black Dragon have gone down. So there is another huge miscommunication going on there for CHRD once again. A great shot into General, however, but New Parker would not be long for this world, and it will be killed by General looking at Playmaker, looking to rush alone. But really, will it matter at this point? Probably not. Black Truck is now dead, and Jordan will probably the next tank down for CHRD and VPS now isolating Flamesplit. But maybe not. Actually, Flamesplit could go down first because there are 3 tanks onto 1. And it is the case with Slatos also dead here now. It's going to be a 6 versus 3. Looking at Pigeon now down to 1 shot. Takagi also down to 1 shot. Although they are the first 2 tanks to take a lot of damage, they are actually the last few tanks to die on the battlefield now. Both Takagi and also Pigeon are both dead. Object 3 is dead as well, with Coke Love Snow dead as well. CHRD didn't really pose a big challenge for VPS. Despite going for double Gorilla 15, which is a very risky choice, I think Jack Grammar actually did a lot of damage and 3 kills. And they are through to the grand final, and CHRD is once again going down to the lower bracket final, meeting Red Team's second team. And we'll go into the room now. And here we go. Port Bay, we are now playing. We are now watching. Oh, what do you agree with me on, Capso? Okay, so going to Group 2. Group 2, we have Astra versus Hate. And Hate has won Astra 2-1. Endgame versus Red 3. They're still playing at the moment. Meanwhile, Group 3 we have ASP versus Demo. Demo are through, knocking out ASP 2-1. Oh dear. Well, let's see. I mean, will TTT overtake ASP in this situation then? Cash versus ASP versus APA. APA won 2-0 against Cash. And looking at Group 4, we have DBE knocking out Tessios 2-0 with Vale's first team losing to A1M1's first team 0-2. A1M1 are through, and that's a big result for A1M1. Obviously, that's going to help a lot in securing spots in the top 8. Meanwhile, with DBE knocking out Tessios, we now see Group 5, Retty versus Immortals. Immortals 2-0 against Retty's first team, and Retty will be facing DIS once again. And we are seeing Group 6. HSOP beating Vale's second team 2-0. I heard that they didn't have enough players. And we are now seeing A1M1 versus Loka. A1M1 second team still play against Loka with Jones, Sparta, Rackham knocking out Vale number 2 2-0, and Sparta lost to Jones 0-2. Finally, we have Group 8. Group 8, TDT knocking out TAT 2-0, and Raid have knocked out Phoenix 2-0, so it will be Phoenix against TTT once again. Hopefully we have time to get the leaderboard up and running, and we can see if actually TTT has overtaken ASP. You just double check. Where is Jones? Here, okay, good. Demo. Okay, let's see the leaderboard now. I'm not sure if we have enough time. Let's hope we have enough time. We only have 20 seconds left to go. Port Bay, quadruple M60Os for Retsy, double IS7, and Kron. Going with CHRD, quintuple M60Os, a mouse, and a T22. I mean, looking at the leaderboard, I'm going to show you very quickly. If we have time still. And we can say TDT has overtaken ASP by just 1 cup. So really, if CHRD can qualify tonight and TDT cannot qualify, it's going to be CHRD. It's going to be ASP getting knocked out of top 16, not TTT. So ASP, I think this can be a big disappointment. But now we are in. We're going in and watch Retty second team versus CHRD. Let's go up high now. Retty. Red team on the south spot, but I think. Oh, let's just wait for me very quickly. I'm going to edit a little bit here. So that we can force so we can force the stream to show the right bottom third. We are now seeing Retty, Yanomat in the corner alongside Feldgrau in the corner, and we'll also have Retty pretty much defensive here. Yes, I stand by that. I think Gorilla is really too risky for tournaments, especially when it's objectively paper, the armor. I mean, C is going to be captured by Kratos. And we are now seeing CHRD looking for A and B, probably looking to get caps on that. But they have to be really careful though, because Red Team will be looking at B, and most of the CHRD's forces are packed very far at the back. So A is now captured, with Toffee's taking a hit here, and Cook Love Snow might be going out of this at the same time. We have Kratos up there on the platform. Might be looking to put shots into Black Dragon potentially. Maybe not. We'll be moving down a little bit. At the moment, it's going to be CHRD that needs to make a move, and we know that CHRD they have problem when it comes to rotation, apart from getting a cap. So it's going to be some similar situation as it was back on Desert Sands, on Oasis Palms. I mean, that they might have to force themselves onto B, or maybe they will push at the very last second. But I hope they learned the lesson from the last time that not B first, which is where Retty's mostly stationed at. Unless they know that Retty's not looking at B at all, and maybe yes, go for B. But oh no, Cook loves no. Oh, took a big hit. Well, I'll try to get spots in. Now CHRD are now down by almost 2,000 hit points, so this is looking pretty grim for CHRD at the moment. With Kratos once again trying to go up. CHRD, it's going to be hard. They need to find a way to chip away hit points off Retty, but it's going to be really hard to do so. Retty's just sitting deep and in good positions, and CHRD just needs a good push for that to happen. And I mean, Retty really looking at the really pretty much the only possibility that CHRD can push. I mean, if CHRD probably knows this. Probably not the best idea to go for C in terms of the rotation. If I were CHRD, probably I might even go for B. Actually, I would go and push down B, and maybe, I mean, they still have some time. If they want to make a push, maybe go through A, and then go in to push Retty's from the back, and maybe just preserve like have around 2 tanks near C, so that they can make a counter push as Retty's forces get distracted and show their backs. So this is probably what I would do if I were CHRD, but they pretty much don't know most of the tanks of Retty here. And the hit points are still in favor of Retty's second team, and the cap points going to approach to 800 cap points soon. It's going to be close. It's going to be real close. And we are talking about 5 cap points per 2 seconds of increase. So that's going to be around 80 seconds remaining to go. CHRD only has just more than 1 minute to go to make a move. Now, if they don't, Retty will win this one. I think they are trying to do the same thing as last time, like on Oasis Palms, where they leave it at the very last second to make a push. But once again, they're trying to push onto B first, trying to get the cap on B. But this time, Retty's not allowing themselves to get isolated like last time. Not 2 Crown Vagans at a very advanced position. Will Retty be able to reset B? That's the main question here. But they have chipped a lot of hit points away from CHRD, so this is going to be a tough one. But CHRD's Retty now going for a push, and this can go really well. Pigeon is now down to a 2-shot. Retty just need a kill on Pigeon, and I think Retty will have it. 975 cap points as well, just 20 cap points away And it will be theirs. It will be Retsy's unless CHRD kill a tank off, but I don't think that will be possible. Flame's Blood is now dead. This means Retsy will get the first win. And the same problem with the second match of Oasis Palms against Retsy. Capturing the base at the very last second if you're not going for kills at this point. Well, as you can see, Retsy is totally ready for this. I mean, B is not captured by anyone, and C is pretty much in their own womb. It's really hard for CHRD to make a push on C. As I said, try and go for a push and kill some tanks, just distract the main forces of Retsy and then go for B. And then that will apply pressure for Retsy, but CHRD is just go head on to B first, totally play into the strategy of play into the expectations of Retsy. And Retsy, they have experience with this. They have experience of what to do, and B is getting captured first, so it's like, oh, look, we know what we're doing. We know what's going to happen. We're not going to let them win, and so did Retsy win in the first one. And CHRD, if they lose the next one, ASP will still be in the top 16, and CHRD will not get top 16. We'll also have to see about HSOP though, where they can qualify to tomorrow as well. As we see, it's going to be 1-0 for Retsy second team. 20 seconds more to go. It's going to be quintuple M6Os by Toffee's Failed Growl, Gonna Hetsby, Voitzer and Yanomat, double crown by Kratos and Grot, CHRD's triple M6Os by Coke, Pigeon, and also Takagu, I think. I forgot. Double IS7, 1-3. I think it's like for CHRD's. Takagi, sorry. Pigeon and Coke. Triple M6Os, double IS7 by Flames Blood and Newer Parker, Vickers Light by Jordan and Black Dragon 1-3. Really, I think CHRD is really that cap lead here. They play a lot better when they have cap lead, and if they don't have cap lead, they look very lost. They look like they don't know what to do when they don't have the cap lead. So let's hope that CHRD is once again this time we get cap lead, and maybe Retsy knows that if they get cap lead, that there is a high chance that they will win. So maybe Retsy might go for that, but they're going very defensive at the start. So we will see what's going to happen here. Toffee's spot already. Jordan might be able to put shots. Oh no, he's going to run away. I'm not going to expose his position, which is a fair move. And Toffee's will be hesitating a bit because they don't know if there are other tanks other than Jordan near A. Oh, but C will be captured by CHRD, and they really need that cap lead, and they will get that cap lead unless Retsy will get B as well, which is possible. I don't think CHRD is in position to reset B yet, but they are trying to get positions to reset B now. Flames Flood going upwards. Well, let's go look at Flames Flood going upwards to this plateau, looking at B, and his partner in crime, Newer Parker, will be there to take a look at the other side. But Retsy, most of the forces are rooted near the spawn. So what's the idea for Retsy here? I don't know, but this is going to be interesting to watch. Hello, Francesco. And hit points is still with Retsy at the moment. They have the bargaining power, but it's just an inherent advantage for them. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be close, but we have a lot of time remaining. If we do the maths, 5 cap points for 2 seconds, and that amounts to 220 seconds left to go. I can do maths. Yes, that is going to be more than 3 minutes until CHRD wins by caps. Well, in this situation, then Retsy absolutely can find out how to chip away the hit points of CHRD. They don't need to be rushed. They don't need to be. They don't need to hurry. They just need to be calm and collected. It seems they're still trying to find CHRD being out of position, but if they had taken such deep position, it's going to be hard for them to push shots into CHRD unless CHRD just got absolutely careless. I'm talking about you, Parker. Don't get careless here. A great shot into top piece by Flazeblood. CHRD will need to keep on frustrating Retty. Retty still trying, still staying behind. Flazeblood is now spotted. Toffee's also spotted. Great shot to Toffee's. And there's still, it's going to be really dull. Port Bay, more like Port Camp, or Camp Bay. As we're seeing New Parker looking to put more shots in, but Red Sea still stuck to their ground. Oh, Toffee spotted while on rotation. That could be big. Oh, that could give information for CHRD to fortify a little bit more on C. Or will we see some rotation from CHRD? No, they're still thinking that Red Sea will get B. But to be honest with you, I think that CHRD can try get B. This is what I think. They should try get B. I mean, they know that someone is rotating for Retty. If I were the captain for CHRD, absolutely try to push your lineup, get B, apply for more pressure for Retty to make a rotation sooner or later. So CHRD is playing really safe here. They are really nervous because there is a lot at hand right now. CHRD they want to get top 16, obviously, but it's now approaching 800 cap points of territory. Oh, Retty going back. This is an interesting move from Retty here, but I think Jordan could spot them up. Yes, they spotted them up. CHRD, it's time for them to get the focus fire, to get their shots in. Retty swarming into B, and they need the punishment to go in. Jordan going into A. They will allow Retty to go for B. A will be captured in short time. Newa Parker also trying, but oh, Black Dragon in good positions. Retty going for B en masse, but this is not going to be successful. Gonna Hex Me is going to be probably the first tank down. CHRD got A as well. Great job to CHRD. Great call. Great kill to Gonna Hex Me. Very close. Just only one kill, and it will be enough for CHRD, and they will get that win. 1-1. Well done, CHRD. Great job. This is a great move. Going into A with Jordan, that's a big move. And Retty pretty much doing what CHRD did last match. Going into B at the start en masse. And CHRD totally predicted that to happen. And they also, you know, positioned themselves nicely. There is a tank. Also, Black Dragon was so important in that corner. I mean, also expecting Retty to have at least some tanks over to C. So once again, I think Retty should either like push in and only like allow like 1 or 2 to get into B, probably, and then. And once again, I think both teams just played too much onto the caps and kind of ignored that they can win by killing tanks. So it's now going to be a 1-1 for both teams, and it also looks like that whichever team has the cap lead will win this match. So if CHRD would get a cap lead or win some in Northcote, they will get a win. Yes. And we're now going to be seeing. I'm just going to mute myself a bit more in the Discord's going a little bit loud. I'm just going to put do not disturb for a few moments, and you should not hear any more Discord notifications. Now we are seeing Retty going with quadruple M60Os, double E100, Vickers Light, and CHRD quintuple M60Os, a mouse, and an IS7 TTT. Have they beat Phoenix? No, they lost to Phoenix 0-2 this time. But ASP got 4th place, so that would not matter too much. What matters more will be where the CHRD can go for it, and also HSOP. More to do with CHRD because CHRD, you know, they are closer to the 16th place. And I think this is going to decide everything now. CHRD leading by almost 1,000 hit points. Red team on the north spawn. CHRD blue team on the south spawn. This could be big. And we really have to see whichever team gets the cap lead first will win this match. Pretty much. Kratos going into A first, so this looks good for Retty at the moment. But looking at CHRD is already having a lot of tanks going into A. I think Kratos, I don't think he can stay here for long. Got A, but will get shot by a lot. Alpaca missing that shot. That was a big shell to miss though, but Kratos, oh dear, taking a lot of hits. I think CHRD would get A, would get an advantage here. No, they're going to ignore A. I think good call here. They need to shut Kratos out of this. They can get A later. Well, we are seeing a shot from Gonna Haxby and didn't really hit anywhere. Kratos now down to one shot. New Alpaca will get A. And CHRD is going into the corner. They think that was a mismatch for Retty. Misplay, I mean. Kratos left it way too late and got trapped. Will be taken out already. 6 versus 7. Looking really good for CHRD at the moment. They also have the cap lead. So all they need to do, just hide. Just hold. They are under pressure. They want to get top 16. They can get this one out of the way. They will get top 16. Pretty much, I think. Let me do the math later. But they will need to go hold down now. We'll have to double check with the website as well whether I got the number of cups correctly. But let me just double check with that after this match. The CHRD leading by a lot of hit points at the moment, looking really strong at the moment. They're looking closer to knock Retty out of the way. 6 versus 7 at the moment, and CHRD looking better than ever. Really, really trying to frustrate Retty in every single possible way. But New Alpaca might be in trouble though. The double M60s could rush onto New Alpaca, and really CHRD repositioning themselves, fortifying the enemy spawn, not allowing Voiter and Grot to get anywhere closer to New Alpaca. I think also the focus will be on B as well. I think Flamespot will go back there. I mean, CHRD, they will go in any minute if B is going to be captured. So I don't think Retty would like to go for B here. And they're taking even more hits. And this is looking really difficult for Retty now. CHRD. Great shots are gonna hit me. And failed Grau. Also try to put a shot, but I think it didn't connect. I think now Grot also receives a hit. CHRD is looking stronger and stronger. They are now getting the momentum here. And Jordan just will fail the ground, receive a big hit. But it seems CHRD have already made a move there, getting a bit more proactive with this. But will it backfire though? Because now 3 tanks already going in to shut down Jordan. That could be big. But we're seeing failed ground actually getting killed. Really, CHRD is making use of the hit point pool advantage to really seal the game in their favor. It's now going to be a 5 versus 6. New Alpaca dropping the speed boost, trying to get Grot out of the way. Flames Flood. Oh, will not kill Grot. Yanomat's kill as well. It's now 3 versus 6. CHRD very close now. 2 tanks down to 1 shot. Oh wow, Toffee's now down to 1 shot here as well. New Alpaca's going to go down, but this is going to be CHRD's game. Toffee's dead. And Flames Flood, great shot to Voiter. And Alpaca, great shot into Voiter as well. Gonna Hatsby's going to go down soon. And CHRD, I think they're sensing victory within their horizon. Great HE shot from Pinchy and into Voiter. And here we go. CHRD all 7 kills, 1,000 cap points. This is great. This is a much more dominant performance by CHRD. Capitalize on the mistake of that biggest like going out of A way too late. And if Retty's not going to support that Vickers Light, this is probably not the first move that I would do in the Vickers Light. I would probably just go to that bush, just get spots up, and I just make a move on the other side, because that really looks like the Vickers Light went in for absolutely nothing in return. CHRD has 2-1 now. it's going to be once again BPS versus CHRD Raiders. But if we also take a look at other results here, okay, let's go one by one. There is a lot to take in here. Let me just load this screen up, Wargaming, and let me just double check whether it's actually true that TTT is leading by only 1 cup ahead of ASP. Currently, TTT 32,253 cups plus 32,235 cups, 35,488 cups for TTT confirmed. As for ASP, 32,443 cups plus 30,044 cups. We can confirm officially that TTT will have 1 more cup ahead of ASP. Now remains to be seen whether HSOP has qualified as well. We will go down one by one. Now going for Group 2. Group 2 we have Rep 3 against Endgame 1. 2-0. Lower bracket final. Rep 3 still playing against Hate. Hate won Rep 3 2-1, so well done to Hate here. Next we have Group 3. Group 3 Cash versus Demo. It will be Cash 2-1 against Demo, and they are through. Group 4 we have Veil versus DBE, and Veil won DBE 2-0. Well done to Veil, and they are through to the grand final and tomorrow's games. Meanwhile, Group 5 we have Red T versus DIS, and Red T are through 2-0. Great job to Red T here. And next we have Group 6, A1N1 second team against Loka. Loka 1 against A1N1 second team. 2-0. 1 against HSOP 2-1. So that knocks HSOP out of top 16 contention. So TDT are through to the top 16. Congratulations, ASP. Let me double check whether it's going to be the case. Will be out. And Group 7, we have Sparta against Rackham, and Sparta is through. 2-0 against Rackham. Meanwhile, we know Phoenix beats TDT 2-0. Okay, so if we also update the leaderboard, we will see the results here soon. Okay, just double check. BPS CHRD Raiders, Endgame Hate. Okay, I forgot Endgame. Okay, so here is the leaderboard now. Okay, we're in to the grand final now. But if we look at the leaderboard here, okay. There we go. Chai Raiders, because they are through to tomorrow, they will get 600 more cups, meaning they will overtake both PDT and ASP. ASP now 17th place. They are knocked out of top 16 in a anticlimactic. Well, not an anticlimax. It is unexpected. We haven't seen anything unexpected before. But let's focus onto this game now. Chai Raiders, they should be happy now. They're now in the top 16 and against BPS once again on Canal. Last time Chai Raiders played against BPS on Canal, it didn't work out really well. But BPS sends one tank down middle, but Chai Raiders is going in to B quickly. But I don't think that is working well. Jordan already eviscerated, and BPS currently leading by more than 3,000 hit points. And BPS just need good focus fire. And they're doing focus fire really well. Martin is going to be next tank down. Well, it is going to be the case. Pigeon next tank down. BPS really focus fire practice for them. And Pigeon is now also there. Chai Raiders just really want to end this game quickly, pretty much. And I think they want to have their dinner as soon as possible. And just focus onto tomorrow's games. Have fun. And really, pretty much. BPS at the moment 6 versus 3. The next focus will pretty much be on Takagi. It's now really low. It's going to be the case. Black Dragon's also now dead. That leaves Flame Slot the last person standing, and we're just only 1 minute into the game and it's already finished. 1-0 to BPS now. Can they finish within 1 minute and 30 seconds? Is it going to be the case? No. Within 2 minutes, however, this game has finished, and it's going to be BPS 1-0 to Chai Raiders, and let's go to the second match very soon. And here we go. BPS 4 tanks doing more than 2k, and Chai Raiders only 1 tank doing more than 2k. Here we are. Second match on Canal. Chai Raiders wants to end this really quickly with that push, but it really didn't work out because BPS was totally ready for that. I do like Chai Raiders giving us some surprise here, but it really didn't quite work out. Now BPS going for double griller once again, just like last time. It worked very well, but this time will it be again doing great? Would it be again going to work for them? We'll find out soon. As I said, very risky choice to go for double griller on actually a less advantageous side, but you never know what could happen. The grillers have really good accuracy and good DPM as well. And here we go. BPS, double griller, double M60, a T125, a Kron, and a 907. The same setup we saw previously against Chai Raiders on from the south side. Chai Raiders this time double E100. They're just going. They're just. They lost the plot. They lost the plot completely. They go with a E100, going for 5 mediums. E50M, 907, double T22, 1-1, double E100. Oh wow. They certainly have enough of very passive gameplay. They're just going straight on aggressive. I mean, they also know probably BPS going to take double grillers, so why not? If they're going light, why do we not go light as well? This is probably what Chai Raiders is thinking at the moment. Doing a counter strike going for D quickly. I think they want to get a cap lead there. I don't know if it's actually a strategy saved for later, or if it's actually a strategy kind of drafted up in the last 5 minutes. But anyway, D will be captured. Radical also took a hit there. Or it could work. I actually think it could work for Chai Raiders. 5 medium tanks. I heard that 7-star took a lot of mediums and won with that. I think. Would it work for Chai Raiders? They are currently having a hit point pool lead here. So it's looking good for CHRD at the moment. BPS will get B soon. But they could get A easily because it won't be reset. And CHRD would have a hard time getting C as well. But Martin there took a big hit from those gorillas. If they want to go for a push, they need to go do it quickly. F is trying to run away, spotted up the medium tanks, trying to get aggressive. Not sure if that's the best idea for CHRD to push in, because the gorilla's just going to go in to support. If I were actually CHRD actually go back to the spawn and take out the tanks near B, but anyway, I digress. CHRD, they are stopped momentarily, they distracted the gorilla 15s. Maybe they want to wait. Oh no, Flameslot, what are you doing? Going up there, pretty much unsupported. They should have waited for Takagi and Martin Lair to come in. Big misplay from CHRD here. I think they lost their patience pretty much. Takagi coming in now. Oh wow. I think that could have been a great move there, but they should have waited a bit longer. It really didn't help, really, isn't it? CHRD Martin Lair down to one-shot BPS. We'll be happy that CHRD didn't really surprise BPS in the end. It was kind of it was kind of an interesting move by CHRD. I don't know, but it does look very. It does look a bit silly for CHRD. I'm sorry to use that word, but it looks a bit silly for me. And now CHRD lost all 7 tanks. I really wanted that strategy to work, but I think that really the individual misjudgments costed the game, especially. I mean, seriously, Flameslot. That wasn't a good move at all. Really should have waited. I think great job that the medium tanks distracted the gorillas, so that the gorillas aren't looking at the open area where you have to go into the enemy, into the south spawn. Should have waited for those 2 tanks to show up, maybe take another lane to kind of distract, and then make a push thereafter. Then I would think that would make a lot of sense for CHRD. Going up like that and taking huge hits. Oh dear, that is really asking BPS to just, you know, asking them to kill that tank. You know, not a great move by CHRD at all. I like what they're trying to achieve, but no. They need to time it better. Huge misplay right here. So here we go. 2-0 for BPS, and CHRD is through to tomorrow. It doesn't really matter anyway. Top 16 has been decided. ASP, shocking scenes, knocking out ASP by just only 1 cop. Wow. And I must say, okay, let's update the scoreline. Okay, endgame versus hate. What's the result? Do we have a result? The game's ended really quickly here. To be honest, Kratos, I know you're now on the stream. But I would say I would not go for A first if the rest of the team is not going with you or providing support to you. It doesn't seem like Red T at that moment is providing support on you on Wintermine Northcloud. What I would do instead, stay backwards in that bush, try to see if the enemies are going for A. That information could be important and you can run away from that and ask the team to take hold of C instead, and I think that would have saved the embarrassment of you getting trapped in that corner and pretty much got the entire team a loss here in this situation. So I don't think that was I think that is avoidable. So that was pretty much avoidable. And here we go. Endgame still playing against Hate. APA 2-0 against Cash. Veil against A1M1 at the moment, beating A1M1 2-1. Well, I'm just going to put it down. So that means APA would increase the distance away from the in the number of cups. Group 5, Immortals versus Retty. 2-0 for Immortals. Group 6, Loka versus A1M1. And it ends 2-0 for Loka. Group 7, Jones versus Sparta. And 2-0 for Jones. Finally, Raid versus Phoenix. 2-0 for Raid. So just waiting for endgame. And then we are done for tonight. Okay, just waiting. Endgame versus Hate. Hate 1 Hate. Hate. Endgame 1 Hate 2-1. Okay, it's just kind of a tongue twister, but thank you all for watching. I mean, also updating Endgame's scoreline finally as well. And looking at the table now, it's going to be top 8 currently still. Loka, BPS Jones, Immortals, Veil, Endgame, Raid, and APA. Rackham are knocked out, meaning Sparta will overtake Rackham. Let me get my calculator as well. Oh, my calculator is here. If we do the maps for tomorrow as well, and let me just get the number of cups in. I mean, CHRD is currently in 17th, but then both ASP and TDT are knocked out. CHRD would get 600, and also 677 cups, so they will get into top 16 and they will get 15th place. Well, actually, it's 14th. I think 14th actually. Because Rap 3 was also knocked out, they will get the 14th place, right? So that's good. That's good. They will potentially face Sparta in the seeding. Ooh, interesting. Vale. Was all their battles with less than... you mean Vale second team? Which is team then maybe, yeah. But, as we check... as we check how... do we know any more clans that are through to the top 8 already? We can safely say, I've done the maths also, Local, BPS, Jones, Immortals, Vale, Endgame, and Raid. They all now have qualified, mathematically qualified to the professional tournament. It all remains to be seen about APA. And if APA qualifies to, if APA qualifies if APA tomorrow, they need to get 3rd place at least in order to secure the spot, no matter how good A1N1 is doing. So APA, around more than 1,000 cups ahead of A1N1. A1N1 basically needs to hope that APA does not finish first, or does not finish at least 3rd or above, and themselves needs to finish. If APA, I don't think APA, because they will be in the quarterfinals anyway, because there are only 16 teams tomorrow. If APA gets knocked out in the quarterfinals, basically A1N1 has to get the 1st place. A1N1 needs to get the 1st place in whatever happens, and hope that APA will not get.
Family I used to have. I feel like everything's so different now. Sitting by the fire as we'd watch the flames burn out. I miss the days I wasn't afraid. Now I always have my guard up. Hands on my face, I learned to cope with the pain. I know that people think I'm trying to get attention, but in reality I'm trying to send a message. I know there's kids out there that are going through the same thing, and if you're one of them, I hope to help your suffering. Just know it will get better.
Suddenly, I'm not sure if I've missed everything now. So once again, I said if all the stuff I said got muted in the end, A1N1 would need to get 1st no matter what happens tomorrow, and hope that AP won't get to 3rd place or above in order to get into top 8. However, CHRD are through to top 16. TDT will knock ASP out of top 16 with only one cup. So, commiserations to ASP and TDT. They would feel a bit fortunate that they are still in the top 16, but they are still in the top 16. So, here we go. Meanwhile, all the top 7 here are mathematically qualified for the professional.